Happy Thursday, happy fourth day of our meditation. Get a little closer. Take a few moments to settle in. Good morning. So happy to be here with you. Happy that you're here. Let's close the eyes down. And we're going to really work with the pelvis and the sacrum to start. So take a few moments to rock from pubic bone to tailbone, and from sitting bone to sitting bone. Bring awareness to your pelvic floor. From pubic bone to tailbone, and the two sitting bones. All the muscles that sling right from those 4 points. There's 3 layers of the pelvic floor muscles. And when you inhale, the pelvic floor softens and expands. And when you exhale, the pelvic floor contracts up inside of you. There's a subtle lift. See if you can tune into that. So the space between the pubic bone, the tailbone, the two sitting bones, it sort of expands and spreads. There's a softening between those bones when you inhale. And then when you exhale, there's activity. It's like those 4 bones draw towards each other and maybe even slightly upwards. There's an activity between those 4 bones. So immediately today, we just go right down into the root support of our being, especially when we're seated, the root support of our pelvic floor. A softening and an opening on the inhale, a spreading and expanding. And then when you exhale, there's a drawing in, a coming closer. You become active in that root support. There's an upliftment. Now shift your awareness to your sacrum. It's a nice upside down triangle bone at the base of the spine. 5 fused bones. Right there where your tailbone is, right above. And there are 8 holes. See if you can breathe in and out. Bring your awareness to the sacrum and into the spaces. There's 8 holes for nerve endings. So you're directing your awareness to your sacrum, envisioning, feeling, tuning into the 8 holes that line the sides there. So nice. And there's a Qigong exercise where you actually breathe into the marrow, right into the bone marrow of the sacrum. This upside down triangle. It can be called one bone, but it's actually 5 fused vertebrae. So it's got some heft to it, the sacrum. See if you can breathe right into the marrow. Red blood cells, white blood cells. Into the stem cells. So much health and healing in the marrow. When you tune into where the sacrum meets the more pelvis, the ilium, we have this beautiful butterfly shape. You have wings, the ilium bones, the pelvic bones, the sacrum, the body, and the ilium bones, the pelvic bones are the wings. As you breathe, just feel expansion and contraction in your pelvis. Feel that the sacrum is stable. And feel the wings as if they could open and close. Taking from the word of yesterday, buoyancy, lightness. Really tune into the subtle sensations of the pelvis. With each breath, inhales, a more expansive opening, and exhales, more relaxing, contracting, relaxing, drawing inward of these wings. And then we're going to make a connection. So if you can travel up your spine, Come up to the skull. You can lift the back of the skull, lower the chin slightly. Feel a stretch along the spine. And we often talk about the occiput, back of the skull, the base of the skull. Today we're going to go up into the skull where the sphenoid bone is. Beautiful butterfly-shaped bone. Really helps with buoyancy and lightness. It's a light, sensitive bone. It's at the back of the eyes. So it's deep within the skull. Connected to the more interior portion of the occiput. So if you think of the base of your skull, and then follow that bone up in. As if you're going to the top of the spine. As if you're going up towards the back of the eyes. And in there you can sense this beautiful butterfly-shaped bone. And this butterfly, almost like a dragonfly, really, because it has two greater wings and two lesser wings. It's like 4 wings. Can you tune into an expansion and contraction inside your skull as you breathe? Your attention, your awareness is very deep inside your skull. You're behind the eyes and on top of the spine. And not only are you focused there, but you're tuning into the subtle sensations. Expansion, contraction. Gentle rhythmic movement. The wings of this bone. Buoyant and light. Now you're going to sit and tune into both butterflies. There's one at the pelvis, sacrum, the wings of the ilium bones, and the sphenoid bone inside the skull. You're tuning in to that these are working together in unison. The expansion, the contraction, the slow opening and closing of the wings. And as always, feel free to find the pauses, the most open. Top of the inhale, the pause. And the most settled, drawn in, relaxed. And that pause again. You're allowing your awareness to soften in such a way that you can tune into both. At the very top of the spine, the sphenoid bone, and the very bottom of the spine, with the sacrum and the wings of the pelvis. Tune into both. Feel them moving in unison. As you continue to sit, aware of both of these butterfly-shaped bones, bone connections inside the skull, the very top of your spine, and at the very bottom of the spine. You might notice that there's another pair of wings. If we want to stay with bones, sternum and rib cage, sternum, the body, the rib cage, the wings. If you'd like to go within to more soft tissue, containers for liquid. You have your heart and the wings that are your lungs. You're staying focused, you're tuned in to these subtle sensations, gentle rhythmic movements with each breath. Quality of butterfly wings, light, delicate, colorful. We're often delighted when we see a butterfly. Now bring your awareness to your throat. And there's a butterfly-shaped gland, the thyroid. Come up to your sinuses. Two wings on either side of your nose. And become aware of the breath in and out through the nostrils. Take a moment to, as you keep your eyes closed, take a moment to squeeze your eyes and squeeze your nose and squeeze your lips. Squeeze everything towards the center of the skull. And then relax. But inhale, squeeze. Exhale, relax. Do that one more time. Inhale, squeeze everything in towards the center of your skull. Everything. And exhale, relax. The upliftment of the corners of your lips, the smile, connecting to the sphenoid bone. So the smile, the backs of the eyes, the sphenoid bone, down the spine, right into the sacrum. Such interconnectedness. The buoyancy, the lightness, the joy, the delight. Now feel free to stay seated, or you can lie down. Here at the end of our time together. I'm going to read you something from Hafiz. There is the prayer call, rising up like the sun, out of the mouths of 1,000 birds. There is an astonishing vastness of movement and life emanating sound and light from my folded hands and my even quieter, simple being and heart. My dear, is it true that your mind is sometimes like a battering ram running all through the city, shouting so madly inside and out about the 10,000 things that do not matter? Hafiz, too, for many years beat his head in youth and thought himself at a great distance. But that is why this scarred old pilgrim has now become such a sweet, rare vintage who weeps and sings for you. Oh, listen. Listen more carefully to what is inside of you right now. In my world, all that remains is the wondrous call to dance and prayer, rising up like 1,000 suns out of the mouth of a single bird. Oh, listen. Listen more carefully to what is inside of you right now. As much as you can today, tune into those butterfly wings. Such joy, such delight, such curiosity. I thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.